Hey guys, welcome to Joseph in Crypto. I want to go over how you can find good entries to actually buy a coin if you really like it. For example, D-Race. I really believe this coin will do very well. Do your own research, is not financial advice. But personally, I think D-Race is going to do very well. I actually just sold out my position just basically an hour ago, simply because it's done already very well for me, and I kind of want to see the price come down a little bit before I actually buy back in. But I just want to show you guys what I do to figure out where would be a good place to buy. So you're going to need the Fibonacci retracement tool. You go to this and you click on Fib retracement, and basically when you pull it, the one issue with DEX tools is that you have to realize that a lot of these wicks are bots, right? They're bots that are basically front running you and buying. So I would say the safer bet would be on candle close. Candle close is, you can see here that this wick is what I'm talking about, but the candle close is where the price actually closed at. And that's a little bit better. So there's a few rules, right? The first rule is, in an uptrend, expect 382. So in an uptrend, expect it to hit the 382. I actually did a video on this and I was wrong, but it's a good example of what I want to show, and I'll show that in a second. But in an uptrend, expect it to hit the 382. I would say this would have been a good place to buy whenever you see price around this area. And if it's already pumped to this high, right? It's easy to FOMO in and be like, oh, like I really want to get into this and buy it now. Well, don't, because there's a difference between pulling a fib of a short term, like I just did from here to here, and then there's a difference of pulling it on a bigger scale. Whenever a coin is pumped, you can see this one has pumped quite a lot. It's pumped like 300%, right? The drop is going to actually be really hard. And what I found in crypto is usually coins are going to drop all the way down to the 782, 786, which is right here. So if you pulled from this impulsive move starting from right here to the candle close right here, right, you can see that it hits the 782. And really how you would do this is, let's say you didn't see any of this and all you saw right now was just this, right? You would simply be like, in this area is where you want to buy, from $1.50 to $2, and you would just simply wait, right? And price would come down at some point, and this is where you would buy. So if you really like a coin like D-Race, same thing can apply. If we look at this current pump right now, right, you can take, what I love about the Fib tool is, yes, there's a large time frame scale. Let's do candle close right here. Yes, there's a large time frame like this, but there's also short time frames too, right? Like this pump right here. If we take a fib pull from this to this, and we take it to the top, it hits the 382, right? You see that? So if I temporarily delete this one, and I zoom in, and we pull it to the top of that candle, you can see if you see something pump, right, it's easy to be like, oh my god, I want to get in, and you have to fight that in crypto. You're going to lose a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure anybody has already experienced this if you're watching this, but a good time would be, let's say you only saw at that time just this, right? You pull that, actually right here, you pull the fib and you're like, okay, I want to buy when it's about $2.20, and it did come down to that. It even came lower to like $2. And then you would just buy then, right? And if we look now, which I don't think this pump is over with, I really don't, but I would fully expect this to come down maybe to $2.38. Now, there is a possibility that we just simply pump from here and we go like this and way up. Then obviously what I say is totally wrong, and I would have to pull it from here to here. And then I would expect the 786 or the where's a box? I would expect the 786 or the 618. So if it did pump up here and we had to pull our fib that high, then I would expect it in this area. But let's say that this is where it ends up being. Because, and this is a little bit tricky to explain, but because I don't think we're done pumping, right? Like, I would say a safer bet is right here at the 2.9. Around this area is where I would buy D-Race, because I would expect it to come down. And even if you wanted to, you could really just say, hey, the most local pump, the recent pump, would be here. And you would expect something like 3.33, and that's where you would actually buy it at. I think it's a good idea to just leave these levels and be like, okay, I'll buy a little bit at 3.37 and I'll buy some at 2.89. And you know what? If it does pump, and look, this is, let's say it goes to here, right? This is September 21st. And then here might be what? September 27th. So you might have to wait some time, but it's okay. There's a lot of coins and I'm sure you're interested in a lot of projects. So just have it here, because the worst thing you want to do is buy now and then it comes down here and you're just waiting and you're at a loss. What if you see a really good project, right? And you can't buy it because you're at a loss and you don't want to sell at a loss. There's too much to explain with crypto and TA, but if you are in crypto for the long haul, I really recommend learning some TA. I will do my best to try to spread out TA videos alongside what I'm doing in crypto and these videos. I'm not sure how I'm going to orient the YouTube channel, just because I just want to stay consistent of doing one a day, and I want to do it for fun. Like, it's not something I'm trying to do for a business or whatnot, and I really do want to help the crypto community. I've lost quite a lot of money in crypto, and I hope that doesn't happen to other people. So anyway, I want to quickly show this one, which I did a video on, and I find it very interesting as a really good example. I'm not recommending buying this coin. While I do think the project looks solid, I think from a real business standpoint, and obviously crypto is a different, whole different beast, right? Because in the crypto world, it doesn't really matter if you have a viable business or not. You can just literally launch something and it's going to make money. Unfortunately, that's the case. And, like this coin, I really think it's something that you have to be wary of, and you have to be very careful. Because I really think these types of coins are dangerous. And I could be wrong. I mentioned in the video I could be wrong, and it looks like I was wrong. But it's such a great example that I think I want to do a quick example of what I was talking about with the 782. So this is still pumping. And really, when you look at it, the reason is simply there's such a low liquidity that any amount of money in this is going to make it blow up. What happened was whales dumped on this coin. So in the very early launch, there was massive amounts of dumping that went on, and that was because whales were basically just dumping. It went from here straight down, and I was watching the wallet of a whale that was just straight up dumping the coin, and that was a red flag to me. And I think the error that I made was, number one, is that right now we are in IDO season, and IDOs are just going to boom whether things are good or not. But you don't really want to get into the habit of believing that every coin is going to do this, because you're going to get burned. And I still am very happy with my decision that I sold. I only made I think $400 on this. And I could have made 2,000, right? I don't even know what it is. I could have made 10x. So I could have made, $2,000 on this, but I only made 430, and I'm still very happy at it. Now, in my video, I did a fib pull of basically just, I did a Fibonacci pull of, I believe it was from here to here. I believe that's what I did. I don't remember. I'm confusing myself. Okay, so it's here to here actually. I said don't do don't do wicks, but in this case, you know what? Let's not do a wick. Let's do a straight candle close, because that is a pump. I don't remember in my video, but I know for a fact that in the video, it ended up hitting the 618, whatever I was doing, and I can't seem to get it to work. But basically, let's say in the video it was like this, right? And I sold some down here, some up here, and some up at 80 cents. And I was like, look, like this is, I think in the video it was somewhere around here, and it kept tanking all the way down to 32 cents. And I said it would hit the 618, very likely the 618.66, which is around right here, and it would come down, and it did. And the reason is simply because there was whales that were dumping. I was looking at the wallets and monitoring. You can see there was a clear trend break here, right? This is where the pattern started to really change. And you can see that we made a new higher high. And at that point, I think this is just Moon Boys FOMOing in and making this thing go crazy. And look, this might be a really good project, right? It might be. When I go to the website and I looked at it, I was like, oh, you know, copy trading is a good idea. It's just there's already eToro and there's already things out there. And look, this might be the next huge crypto project for all I know. I don't know. But all I know is that when I see Moon Boys and all these people saying, oh, this is going to go to the moon, I'm out. And I saw this local liquidity too. You have to realize that, let's say you were an early investor, you could easily dump this in 2 seconds. You could literally dump this to like 68 cents. And the risk is just too great for me. So I'm completely out of this token. But it's such a good example of how this works. And even if we take, like, let's say from this pump, let's look at the candle close. And this will be the final example, but I just want to really show what happens when you do an uptrend of the 382. It's almost like confirmation that we're going to keep uptrending, right? So if we look at the actual candle close, the candle close is here. By the way, when you're actually on a chart, you probably don't want to do candle close. You probably want to do the wick. But in this case, because there's bots, you really want to do the candle close here. On the bottom, you can do the wick. So it hit the 382 and it actually went to the 0.5, but this is like a few seconds wick, right? So is this? I actually saw this drop happen, but I was done. Like I didn't want to go back in. So you can see this actually really perfectly hit the 382 on multiple levels before pumping up higher. And you know, just like that other example that I showed with when something pumps this much, it's easy to want to FOMO in. But if you really wanted to get into this coin, my advice would be whenever this is fully done pumping, right? Let's say we start from here, and let's say it does stop pumping here, right? You can usually expect a coin to drop back to 85 cents. And you know, look, go back to this video in a future reference or look at this in a future reference. I have no problem. I really stand by the fact that I think at some point this is going to go all the way back down here. Nothing in crypto just pumps and pumps and pumps, unless it's a truly amazing project. And in this case, like, I don't know, like maybe this is really a good project. Maybe I'm wrong there, but either way, even if it's a good project, it will go down. And D-Race is such a great example. Like, I believe that D-Race is going to be a very solid like coin. And the difference is something with that low liquidity, money inflection in is going to really boost it up by a lot. But anyway, you already saw the chart with D-Race, so I hope that helps. Until next time, thank you guys.